This is what criminal justice reform looks like in Philadelphia, Chicago, St. Louis, Baltimore, and lots of other cities all over the country. Here's how you do it. 1, if you arrest a black person, well, number 1, don't arrest black people. Number 2, if you accidentally arrest someone, don't charge them. Number 3, if you charge someone accidentally and they get convicted, don't give them any kind of sentence. This is all inside of the purview of the district attorney. And the district attorneys in Philly, Chicago, and lots of other places around the country have unilaterally decided they're going to stop enforcing certain existing laws, and the other laws, they're going to unilaterally reduce charges, reduce probation, reduce parole, reduce prison time, all in the name of getting rid of mass incarceration, all in the name of getting rid of these laws that are unfairly picking on black people for breaking the law for no reason whatsoever. People all over the country, liberals all over the country, Black Lives Matter activists all over the country are all fired up at a memo the district attorney of Philadelphia sent out this week describing how he was going to do just that. He's going to stop charging people for buying and selling marijuana in any quantity. He's going to stop charging people with prostitution, and on the other charges, if anybody's found guilty, he's going to sentence them to a lot less jail time, a lot less prison time, a lot less time on parole and probation. And it's all about criminal justice reform. It's all about the cops picking on black people for no reason whatsoever. Why don't we take a look at how the first one of these cases is working in Philadelphia.
No verdict today in the case against a man accused of defacing the Frank Rizzo statue in Center City. But there were a few new developments. And Action News reporter Bob Brooks is live outside the courthouse where it all unfolded there today. Bob.
Yeah, hey Rick, we're talking about Wally Rockman. It appears that an agreement has been reached between his attorney and the district attorney's office, an agreement that the judge in court today did not seem to like at all. This is Wally Rockman walking out of city court just an hour ago. He's the man accused of spray painting the Frank Rizzo statue last year with the words Black Power and Black Community Control Police. A cleaning crew has since come in and scrubbed it off. What happened in court today? Rockman's attorney wasn't there. Another hearing was set for March 28th, but it appears a deal between the DA's office and Rockman's attorney has been reached. An assistant district attorney explained to the judge they'd like to remove all charges except for criminal mischief as a summary offense. Rockman wouldn't talk about specifics of his case. He says he shouldn't even be in court, that no one should be who was prosecuted. Former disgraced DA Seth Williams held the office.
This criminal justice system cannot be taken seriously until everybody who has been locked up as a result of the prosecutorial misconduct of Seth Williams' administration, I have nothing positive to say about what goes on inside this building.
No, I said the judge did not seem to like this agreement in court. He basically called this a free pass. Now, none of this is set in stone just yet. They're going to be back in court again on March 28th for another hearing.
Look, I know what the constraints of TV reporting is. I know it's all about time, but they really missed a huge amount of the drama, a huge amount of what's at stake here in that TV story. It wasn't just that they're letting off a guy who went and defaced a public statue. No, this is really a visible manifestation of this new policy of basically stop prosecuting black people for what they call minor crimes, because they said it costs too much money to prosecute. It costs too much money to incarcerate. Well, one of these days somebody's going to step up and say, man, you think it's expensive putting criminals in jail? What do you think it costs to citizens when you keep them out of jail when they should be in, and they come knocking on your door in the middle of the night asking to borrow a cup of water, use your phone, or borrow $5 for a trip to their grandma's funeral? And all of a sudden your door is open, and all of a sudden there's a room full of people in your house you do not know threatening unbelievable violence on you and your family. Now that is expensive. Philadelphia Inquirer captured a little more of the drama here. When the district attorney announced they weren't really going to press charges on this guy, and if they did get any kind of plea deal out of him, it was just going to be a slap on the wrist, you're free to go. one of the judges up there captured it perfectly when he said, "Why don't you just give a free pass to everybody in town?" He said, referring to this new policy. And the cops are saying the same thing. The cops are saying, wow, you're making our job a lot harder by just letting people off all the time. This is what the head of the police officers union said. There's a different guy heading the district attorney's office, and there's going to be a lot of people shrugging their shoulders who are going to be surprised in the next 4 years. Nobody's supposed to be spray painting anything. That's just not legal. Whether it's a building or on the side of 95, it just makes the city look bad. This is the police union. And, well, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Of course, the guy who was charged with spray painting the statue of Frank Rizzo, the former mayor, former police chief of Philadelphia, he's not helping either. They're dropping charges for him. He goes outside and tells everybody the cops are a military occupying force, and the only time anybody ever gets arrested is so the police can contain the black community. So this is gonna be something. Basically, I don't know. We'll see how anarchy looks. We'll see how the city council likes it when the district attorneys in all these places just decide unilaterally they're going to stop enforcing whatever laws they feel like not enforcing on that particular day. It's weird how the district attorney, on his oath of office, he stands up and raises his right hand over whatever book he happens to believe in, and he swears to enforce the law. But the distinguishing characteristic of this district attorney and lots of others around the country now is how they might swear to carry out the law, but that conflicts with their campaign promise to not carry out the law over a whole wide range of offenses, because catching black people committing crimes and putting them in jail and in prison for committing crimes, well, that makes the black kids angry.